Hey guys, how you doing? It's Deepak here. I'm the founder of the Pearl Lemon Group, and I wanted to just record a video going through this. So I've got a plan to build out multiple seven-figure businesses over the next couple of years, and that's obviously a bold claim, but I want to talk about the process of how I'm doing that and what the process entails. And I've got a slide deck that I'll take you through today, and there'll be two more videos that I'll just go through some of the practicalities. So let me just read this here. Our content team pushes out 600,000 words per month. By the way, if you don't know who I am, just Google me. I've got 500 plus videos on YouTube. I've got three TEDx talks, I think. One at Cambridge, one at Birmingham, one at Aston. Yeah, there you go. There's three there, and obviously, if you just Google me, I'm unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm not this virologist who's crushing Wikipedia. I'm this guy. So yeah, feel free to just run through. There's quite a still me, quite a decent amount of stuff here. That's not me, but yeah, you'll see. So yeah, I say, as you can see, 600,000 words a month. So if I just go now to blog, you'll see how much content went live on Pearl Lemon Accountants, 28,000. Uh, let's do 100. Let's get to 100K. Like, this is me just casually saying, let's do 100,000 words for this year. Why not? And I think that, where is it? Cool. If we get that consistency in 4 weeks, we're looking at 600K already. So there you go. So that kind of just clarifies that word count. This is obviously my internal WhatsApp chats. So I want to talk about the plan, and I want to talk about that based upon basically a strategic way that I look at business building that's allowing me to build several businesses. My SEO agency is a seven-figure business. We have a coffee shop chain, the three cafes, and they do 5 figures a month. And we're in the catering space now. That's going to grow to a six-figure business relatively quickly. And I want to talk through basically how you can really, depending upon any business, build something that's service-based. I want to kind of get into it. I don't like I'm going to be speaking at Brighton SEO, the biggest SEO conference in Europe, Brighton SEO. So you can check me out. I'm going to just take you through this slide deck basically. So Brighton people, vacancy how to build a successful 4-hour week seven-figure SEO agency. So I'm talking at Brighton about this. Over 250 B2B inquiries per month, growing 10% every quarter. Have started life as an SEO agency. They now have a recruitment, sales training, game development arm. Just to show you some of this stuff, we've got we'll build your video games in less than 12 weeks. We've got some games on Roblox. We're developing a Unity game, I think, a game for iOS, for Android, sorry. And yeah, you'll see. Let me just play something. This is a Unity game. There you go. It's Tank. Here we go. Tank game, and yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on, and that's the development code here. So cool. So look, basically, if I now go to the slide deck, I want to talk to you about the fundamentals of here we go. The fundamentals of how you should think about building an agency. This is version 2. Cool. So look, yeah, I'll just kind of get into it. So basically, I think that you need a BFPS. A BFPS. So what is that? It's basically a bloody fabulous pipeline for selling. So BFPS, a bloody fabulous pipeline for selling. Okay, or rather, a strong back office, a strong front office, a predictable pipeline, and a strong sales team. Okay, I'll go through that again. You need a strong back office, a strong front office, a predictable pipeline, and a strong sales team. Okay, and these elements apply even if you're a team of one. These elements still apply even if you're, for example, with one client. It's enough to start on the BFPS process. So back office, front office, predictable pipeline, and strong sales team. That's really the quadrants, the four pillars that I'm building multiple businesses around. I want to show you what those businesses are, because you've got Pearl Lemon Games there. You've got Pearl Lemon SEO as an agency. I spoke to you about the cafes. Let me just Lemon Group. I wonder if it's on here, but there's divisions. Let's just see if that works for us. This probably needs to be updated, but yeah, Pearl Lemon SEO, Pearl Lemon Leads, Pearl Lemon Properties, Accountant, Recruitment, Sales, PR, Web, Consulting, Content, Cafe, Invest, Ventures, CertWiz. Anyway, this one needs to be, this one we've got rid of. So it's this process that's allowing me to do it, okay? So the back office is often in developing economies. So people that are doing anything that you would consider process driven, or looking at anything from a technical perspective, you want them in developing economies. The best talent for those types of roles, in my view, is in developing economies, whether that's South America, Asia, Eastern Europe. Now, I use the word developing economies, of course, very loosely, because there's a lot of people that will find insult with what I'm saying. So I'm just talking about broad GDP, okay, gross domestic product, and the amount of money that comes in per head. But it's often in developing economies. That's the back office, okay. Now, my back office is in the Philippines and India, and it's also top talent from both these countries. So it's not that I'm taking people that don't know elbow from arsehole, if you will. It's good people, and if you think about the reality that you can get good people, great people from these countries, then you can leverage the differences in economy exchange. And again, even if you're from one of these countries and you're thinking, well, that's all good and well, deep, but I'm in. Let me just close that. It's bloody annoying. I'm in the Philippines or in India. A lot of these rules still apply. You just carry on down economies, or even within country, for example. So I'm based in central London. My cost of living for me in central London versus someone who's living in the suburbs is very, very different. And then if I've got a client who is in Mayfair, London, you can kind of still balance things out. So it still applies regardless of the country that you're in. Okay. So my back office is in the Philippines and India. Now, the front office is often native talent in developing economies. So the front office is native talent in developing economies. So what does that mean specifically? What that means is my front office is expats abroad, fluent English speakers in Spain, Thailand, outside of major cities in the UK. So at the time of speaking, Eon Barmakidis, he's the managing director at Pearl Lemon. You can look him up. There's a bunch of stuff from me and him back in 2020. 2021, and he's based in Spain. He's Greek born, fluent native English speaker, and lives in Sitges and is fantastic. And he is the managing director. Then we've got Lydia Sims. Okay, Lydia Sims, director of Pearl Lemon Operations Group. Why does this? The URL must have changed. But she is based in Muskegon, Michigan. Here we go. She's here. We need to get your page one covered, don't we, Lydia? Apparently, you're a musician there. So that's Lydia. Yeah, and you can kind of look at she's based in Muskegon, and it's a small place in Michigan, I guess. So again, it fulfills that rule that it's often in developing. It's often let's get back. It's often native talent in developing economies, but a developing economy is anywhere where there's a level of affordability. Okay, so there are two practical examples. There's more, but you kind of get the idea. Now, the predictable pipeline that we spoke about doesn't involve anything that doesn't scale. Okay, it doesn't involve anything that doesn't scale. So scalability and something that's a flywheel, if you will, is massively important to the work that you do. So for every $1 that you put in, there needs to be another, couple of dollars that comes out, and that can be through a variety of means, whether that's video as a platform, whether that's content as a platform, whether that's ad spend as a platform. But you can't do things that involve a lot of take up of time, and don't do things that don't self-perpetuate, in my view. Now, if you're an ad spend person, you might, and again, ad spend might be a bit of technical jargon, but it's about the principle, okay? Because then there's different ways to skin this, the principle. So for me, it's SEO. Historically, it was from Upwork, cold email, and LinkedIn, but never networking, okay? So you can really, once you've got a defined acquisition model for pipeline for generate, when I say pipeline, I mean leads, I mean people that are interested in doing business with you, I mean that kind of stuff, right? That's what you're looking for. And to that end, let me just jump back into WhatsApp to see the madness. Let me just see. Let's go to daily. Here we go. You'll see that overnight leads are 5, morning leads are 6, that's 11. Overnight leads there was 5, morning leads at 6 at 11. That's 2 days in a row. Let's just do one more for luck. 4 leads plus 5, 9. So 9 leads. And then there's more if we include the scholarship ones, it explodes. So this is all from inbound, okay? So it can be cold email, it can be LinkedIn, it can be Upwork, but it cannot involve a lot of physical implementation of your time. So, and the sales team that you've got are commission-based and have 5 years plus of experience, because they need to have enough experience to be able to close. Again, there's always exceptions to the rule, but Eon Pharmakidis, our managing director, was our top performing comm sales rep, became managing director. We've got Wayne, who's been 20 years plus of experience. We've got Lydia, who's a different Lydia, several years of experience, and they all work on commission based because we're able to generate hundreds of leads. So that's something that's really important once you figure out the pipeline problem. Now, our sales team get a provision of leads, commission terms, and 45 days to close a deal or we replace them. Okay. So that's the model that we use, and this works for service-based businesses. Okay, this works for service-based businesses, and you can go ahead and even see the early interviews that I have. I think with some of the guys that I've worked with, Joe, Commission Crowd. And this is a place you can find commission sales guys, I believe. So you can read that, and you can. Here we go, 100K new sales. That was back in 2020. Here we go. And you'll see. There you go.
Try and position a professional within Boss.
There you go. So that's us. Yeah, it's 2020. So you go. Cool. So that's a really important consideration, and you can apply this model to basically any service-based business. It can apply to anything. It doesn't really matter what you're selling. If it's SEO, it doesn't matter what it is that you're selling, recruitment, accounting, we're beginning to do the same thing across several domains. So in the end, I am just copying what the big companies have been doing for decades, for absolute decades. And that's really all it is that I'm doing, okay? And here's just a little bit of proof. India is the world's leading back office hub with nearly 4.5 million people doing everything from answering customer service calls to software development to mortgage processing, placing it far ahead of its peers such as the Philippines, which has more than 1.2 million workers. And now here's the kicker. Global banks and technology companies from Goldman Sachs to Google also run their own in-house operations there, with many more contracting work to outsourcers such as Infosys and Tata Consultancy Services. So this is really how you can build multiple 7-figure businesses, and there's going to be 2 more videos, and just watch out for them. So I hope this makes sense, and yeah, thank you so much.